India is an explosion of color, sound, and life that will awaken your senses. From bustling markets to ancient temples, this vibrant country offers a sensory overload unlike any other. If you're unfamiliar with Indian culture, there are a lot of things that may well blow your mind. Join us as we explore 20 shocking facts about India. Number 20. Linguistic diversity. India is home to an astonishing 1,500 different languages, more than any other nation, making it a true record breaker in linguistic diversity. This rich tapestry of languages reflects the country's complex historical, social, and cultural dynamics, with each language belonging to one of the major language families: Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Austroasiatic, or Tibeto-Burman. The linguistic landscape is so diverse that the spoken language changes every few hundred miles, each with its unique scripts, sounds, and grammar rules. While Hindi, written in the Devanagari script, is recognized as the official language of the central government, the Indian Constitution recognizes 22 languages under the 8th schedule. This linguistic diversity presents challenges in providing education, government services, and media in numerous languages. There are also concerns about language preservation, as many languages face the risk of extinction due to the dominance of widely spoken languages, such as Hindi and English. Number 19. The sacred cows. In India, cows are considered sacred animals and are allowed to roam freely. The reverence for cows is deeply rooted in Hindu tradition, where the cow is seen as a symbol of life, fertility, and motherhood. According to Hindu scripture, the cow is a gift from the gods and is to be treated with respect and devotion. Cows are associated with several Hindu deities, particularly Lord Krishna, who is often depicted as a cowherd. Many Hindus believe that caring for cows can lead to spiritual merit and a better afterlife. Due to this belief, it is illegal to slaughter cows in most parts of India. In many states, the slaughter of cows is punishable by imprisonment. This has led to a large population of cows roaming freely in the streets, often causing traffic jams and other nuisances. However, the cows also serve a practical purpose. In rural areas, cows are a source of milk and are used for plowing fields. The dung and urine of cows are also used in traditional Hindu rituals and are believed to have purifying properties. The sacred status of cows in India is a unique cultural phenomenon that reflects the deep intertwining of religion, tradition, and daily life in the country. Number 18. The tribe of North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island, a small island in the Andaman archipelago, is home to one of the most isolated tribes in the world, the Sentinelese. This indigenous tribe has inhabited the island for an estimated 60,000 years and has violently rejected contact with the outside world. The Sentinelese are believed to be direct descendants of the first humans who emerged from Africa and have maintained their way of life for thousands of years. They are hunter-gatherers, using primitive tools and weapons to hunt and fish, and have shown remarkable resilience in surviving the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. The Indian government has recognized the Sentinelese's desire to remain isolated and has made it illegal for anyone to approach within 5 nautical miles of the island. This decision came after several incidents of aggressive behavior from the tribe towards outsiders, including the tragic death of an American missionary who attempted to make contact with them in 2018. The Sentinelese's isolation has also protected them from diseases to which they have no immunity. Any contact with outsiders could potentially wipe out the entire tribe. As a result, very little is known about their language, culture, or way of life. Number 17. The frog marriage. You've probably heard the story of the princess who kissed a frog. What about a frog marrying another frog? Only in a place like Varanasi, one of the world's oldest continually inhabited cities, could you find such a unique ritual, the frog marriage ceremony. Performed annually to appease rain gods, this bizarre event involves the symbolic marriage of 2 frogs. The ceremony is believed to bring about a good monsoon, which is essential for the region's agriculture and overall prosperity. The ritual begins with the selection of 2 frogs, which are then dressed up as bride and groom, complete with miniature outfits and jewelry. A Hindu priest conducts the wedding ceremony, reciting sacred mantras and performing customary rituals. The married amphibians are then released into a nearby water body, symbolizing their journey as a couple. Locals and visitors alike participate in this peculiar event, which is both a solemn religious ceremony and a light-hearted spectacle. Number 16. The wettest inhabited place on Earth. Mawsynram, a small village nestled in the lush green hills of Meghalaya in northeastern India, holds the remarkable distinction of being the wettest inhabited place on Earth. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Mawsynram experiences an average annual rainfall of 467 inches, far surpassing the precipitation levels of any other inhabited location on the planet. To put this into perspective, Mawsynram receives more than 10 times the rainfall of London, which averages around 23 inches per year, and more than 5 times that of New York City, which receives approximately 46.6 inches annually. The village's astounding rainfall can be attributed to its unique geographical location and the influence of the southwest monsoon winds that bring copious amounts of moisture from the Bay of Bengal. During the peak monsoon months of June and July, Mawsynram experiences an unrelenting deluge, with rainfall often measuring up to 275 inches in just 2 months. The incessant rains transform the landscape into a verdant wonderland, with lush forests, cascading waterfalls, and misty valleys stretching as far as the eye can see. Locals have adapted to the constant rainfall, developing unique solutions to navigate their daily lives. One such innovation is the use of knups, traditional umbrellas made from bamboo and banana leaves. These ingenious creations are not only waterproof, but also large enough to shelter the user's head and torso, allowing them to go about their daily activities. Despite the challenges posed by the relentless rains, the people of Mawsynram have learned to thrive in this unique environment. The abundant rainfall nourishes the region's rich biodiversity, supporting a wide array of flora and fauna, including rare and endangered species. The village's lush green landscapes and picturesque waterfalls also attract tourists from around the world, drawn by the opportunity to witness nature at its most awe-inspiring. Number 15. Milk and dairy. Milk and dairy products, although staples of the Indian diet, are often considered unsafe food items in the country. Around 10% of processed milk samples have been found to contain contaminants, such as aflatoxin M1, antibiotics, and pesticides, posing serious health risks to consumers. The problem is compounded by the fact that a significant portion of milk consumed in India is unpackaged and sourced from small-scale farmers or local dairies. This informal sector often lacks proper quality control measures and regulatory oversight, leading to the adulteration of milk with water, detergent, or other substances to increase volume and profits. In major cities like Delhi, milk and dairy products have been found to be among the most adulterated food items. A survey by the Delhi Food Safety Department found that out of 2,888 milk samples tested, 477 failed to meet quality standards, highlighting the scale of the problem. Unsurprisingly, India is the world's largest milk producer, accounting for over 20% of global production. The country's dairy sector has been a major success story, with milk production increasing by more than 4% annually over the past 2 decades. However, this rapid growth has also strained the country's food safety infrastructure, leading to gaps in monitoring and enforcement. Number 14. A gathering. Visible from space, India's Kumbh Mela is a breathtaking display of faith and the power of human connection. With a record-breaking 50 million pilgrims recorded in 2019's Ardh Kumbh Mela, it holds the record for the largest peaceful gathering ever. Every 12 years, millions of Hindu devotees embark on a pilgrimage to bathe in the holy rivers of India. This sacred act, believed to cleanse sins and bring spiritual liberation, draws them from every corner of the globe. The scale of this gathering is so immense that temporary cities are set up to accommodate the vast number of pilgrims. These sprawling encampments, complete with roads, bridges, hospitals, and sanitation facilities, are what make the Kumbh Mela visible from space. In 2013, during the Maha Kumbh Mela held in Prayagraj, the festival's magnitude was captured in satellite images, demonstrating the impressive extent of the human congregation. Number 13. The Indian Railways. The Indian Railways is not just a mode of transportation, it is a lifeline that connects the nation's diverse regions and people. With over 1 million employees, it is one of the world's largest employers, surpassing the workforce of many countries. The sheer scale of the Indian Railways is a testament to its crucial role in the country's socio-economic development. Operating on a network of more than 41,000 miles of track, the Indian Railways serves over 8 billion passengers annually. The smooth functioning of this vast network is a Herculean task, made possible by the dedication and hard work of its employees, who range from track maintainers and signal operators to engine drivers and station masters. One of the most remarkable feats of the Indian Railways is the construction of the Chenab Bridge, the highest railway bridge in the world. Spanning the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir, this marvel of engineering stands at a height of 1,178 feet, making it taller than the Eiffel Tower. The bridge is a part of the Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla Rail Link project, which aims to connect the Kashmir Valley with the rest of the country. The construction of the Chenab Bridge was no easy feat, given the challenging terrain and harsh weather conditions of the region. The bridge is designed to withstand wind speeds of up to 160 miles per hour and is built to resist seismic forces of the highest intensity. Number 12. A temple that outshines famous landmarks. A temple in India, the Tirumala Venkateswara Temple, attracts more visitors than the Taj Mahal and the Great Wall of China combined. While these two iconic landmarks are renowned globally, drawing millions of visitors each year, they are outpaced in footfall by this lesser-known attraction. Located in the hill town of Tirumala in Andhra Pradesh, this temple, dedicated to Lord Venkateswara, a form of the Hindu god Vishnu, attracts nearly 30 to 40 million pilgrims annually. The temple is considered one of the holiest Hindu pilgrimage sites, famous for its Dravidian architecture and the belief that Lord Venkateswara fulfills the wishes of devotees. The influx of pilgrims peaks during the annual Brahmotsavam festival, attracting devotees from across the globe. This astonishing visitor count underscores the vital role of spirituality in Indian society, illustrating how faith can surpass even universally recognized symbols of cultural heritage in drawing people. Number 11. A village with no doors. In a world where security and privacy are often synonymous with locks and barriers, the village of Shani Shingnapur in Maharashtra presents a striking contrast. Here, houses have no doors, and businesses operate without any form of security. This unusual practice is rooted in the village's unwavering faith in Lord Shani, the Hindu god associated with the planet Saturn. According to local beliefs, Lord Shani is the guardian and protector of the village, and his presence is enough to deter any form of crime or wrongdoing. The villagers trust in the divine power of Lord Shani to such an extent that they see no need for doors or locks. This tradition has been followed for centuries, with no reported instances of theft or burglary. The absence of doors in Shani Shingnapur is not just a matter of faith, it is also a reflection of the strong sense of community and trust that binds the villagers together. Number 10. Land of temples. India is a land of spiritual devotion, where the sacred and the mundane intertwine in a tapestry of faith and tradition. At the heart of this devotion lies an astounding number of temples, with estimates suggesting that there are over 648,000 Hindu temples scattered across the country. This staggering figure reflects the central role that religion plays in the lives of India's 1.1 billion Hindu faithful, who make up the vast majority of the world's 1.2 billion practicing Hindus. The sheer number and diversity of India's temples are a reflection of the country's rich spiritual heritage and the enduring influence of Hinduism on its culture and society. From the grandeur of the ancient temples of Tamil Nadu to the intricately carved shrines of Rajasthan, each temple tells a unique story of faith, art, and history, offering a glimpse into the hearts and minds of the people who built and worshipped within them. The holy city of Varanasi alone is home to over 23,000 temples, a staggering concentration of religious architecture that draws pilgrims and tourists from around the world. The city's temples, ghats, and narrow alleys are a microcosm of India's spiritual diversity, with devotees of all ages and backgrounds coming together to pray, meditate, and seek solace in the presence of the divine. However, India's spiritual landscape is not limited to Hinduism alone. The country is also home to a significant population of Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Jains, and Buddhists, each with their own unique places of worship and religious traditions. In fact, India is home to over 300,000 mosques, serving the needs of its substantial Muslim population and showcasing the country's commitment to religious pluralism and coexistence. The millions of temples that dot India's landscape are not just places of worship. They are also centers of community life, education, and social interaction. Many temples run schools, hospitals, and charitable organizations, providing essential services to their communities and fostering a sense of shared responsibility and compassion. Number 9. The taboo of public affection. Public displays of affection, such as kissing, hugging, and holding hands, are considered taboo in India and are frowned upon by the majority of the population. This social norm is deeply rooted in the country's conservative culture, which places a high value on modesty and reserve in public spaces. The taboo against public affection is so strong that even married couples often refrain from intimate gestures in public, fearing social disapproval and harassment. This attitude is particularly prevalent in rural areas and among older generations, who view such behavior as a sign of moral decay and Western influence. The consequences of violating this social norm can be severe, ranging from dirty looks and verbal harassment to legal action. In some cases, couples have been arrested or fined for kissing in public, sparking debates about personal freedom and cultural values. While younger generations and urban populations are gradually becoming more accepting of public affection, the taboo remains a powerful force in Indian life. Number 8. The oldest religion in the world. Hinduism is often considered the world's oldest religion, with roots and customs dating back over 4,000 years. The origins of Hinduism can be traced to the Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished in the Indian subcontinent around 2500 BCE. Unlike many other religions, Hinduism has no single founder, no single scripture, and no commonly agreed set of teachings. Instead, it is a diverse collection of traditions, practices, and beliefs that have evolved over thousands of years. The core tenets of Hinduism include the belief in reincarnation, the law of karma, and the ultimate goal of liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The sacred texts of Hinduism, known as the Vedas, are considered among the oldest religious texts in the world. These texts, composed in Sanskrit, contain hymns, philosophy, and guidance on ritual practices. Other important texts include the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and the Puranas. Throughout its long history, Hinduism has influenced and been influenced by various cultural and religious traditions, absorbing and adapting new ideas while retaining its core beliefs. Today, with over 1 billion followers, Hinduism is the world's third largest religion, and its influence can be seen in art, literature, philosophy, and spirituality worldwide. Number 7. Complex marriage system. India's marriage system serves as the dark side of India, with arranged marriages, forced marriages, and child marriages being prevalent in some regions. Despite legal efforts to combat these practices, they continue to persist, particularly in rural and traditional communities. Arranged marriages, where families choose partners for their children based on factors such as caste, religion, and socioeconomic status, are still the norm in many parts of India. While some argue that arranged marriages provide stability and compatibility, critics point out that they often prioritize family interests over individual choice and happiness. Even more concerning are forced marriages, where individuals, often women, are coerced into marrying against their will. This practice is particularly prevalent in regions like Jammu and Kashmir, where some families even trick their daughters into returning from overseas for these marriages. Child marriages, although illegal, also remain a significant issue in India. The country has one of the highest rates of child marriage in the world, with girls as young as 10 being married off to older men. This practice not only violates children's rights, but also perpetuates cycles of poverty and gender inequality. The practice of dowry, where the bride's family gives money or goods to the groom's family, is another problematic aspect of India's marriage system. Although outlawed since 1961, dowry demands continue to burden families, and contribute to violence against women. Despite these challenges, change is slowly happening, with more young people advocating for their right to choose their partners and more families embracing love marriages. However, with an estimated 10 million weddings occurring in India each year, the scale of the problem remains vast, requiring sustained efforts from both the government and civil society to ensure that marriage in India becomes a source of joy and equality, rather than oppression and suffering. Number 6. Pollution and the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal, India's iconic monument and a symbol of love, is changing color due to high levels of air pollution. The once gleaming white marble is slowly turning yellow and green, a testament to the country's growing pollution crisis. The 17th century mausoleum, built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, attracts millions of visitors every year. Its intricate design and pristine white marble have made it one of the world's most recognizable structures. However, the increasing levels of air pollution in the nearby city of Agra have taken a toll on the monument's appearance. The primary culprits behind the discoloration are sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide, which react with the marble's calcium carbonate, leading to the formation of yellow and brown stains. Additionally, the high levels of particulate matter in the air settled on the Taj Mahal's surface, further contributing to its discoloration. Efforts have been made to combat this issue, including the establishment of a 4,000 square mile protective area around the monument, where strict emission standards are enforced. However, with the rapid industrialization and growth of nearby cities, pollution levels continue to rise, posing an ongoing threat to the Taj Mahal's beauty and longevity. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. India's vibrant street food scene is beloved for its tantalizing flavors and incredible variety. However, the dark side of India's street food can be the lack of proper sanitation. Many vendors often prepare food without gloves and proper head coverings and mix ingredients with their bare hands. Food remains uncovered, attracting flies and dust, which can unfortunately contribute to the spread of foodborne illnesses. Still, with some caution, the allure of Indian street food can be hard to resist. Have you ever tried it? If so, share your experiences in the comments below. Number 5. Ice hockey in India. India has an ice hockey team despite its predominantly hot climate, a fact that might surprise many. Contrary to the country's hot weather, a unique geographical feature facilitates the sport. The cold desert regions of Livestock and some parts of Himachal Pradesh in the Himalayan ranges provide the necessary conditions for ice hockey. In these areas, temperatures in winter can plunge below freezing, forming natural ice rinks on frozen lakes and ponds. This setting provides an opportunity for locals to engage in ice sports, including ice hockey. In these regions, ice hockey has been played for several decades, initially introduced by military personnel stationed there. The sport gradually gained popularity among the local youth, eventually leading to the formation of the national team in 2002 under the Ice Hockey Association of India. Despite challenges such as lack of infrastructure, limited financial support, and scarcity of equipment, the Indian ice hockey team has shown remarkable resilience and dedication. Their efforts paid off in 2015 when the team participated in their first international tournament, the IIHF Challenge Cup of Asia, marking a significant milestone for ice hockey in India. In 2017, the Indian government recognized ice hockey as a priority sport, allocating funds for the construction of the country's first full-sized artificial ice rink in Livestock. The completion of this facility marked a major turning point for Indian ice hockey, providing the team with a dedicated space to train and compete, and inspiring a new generation of players to take up the sport. Number 4. The Lake of Skeletons. Rupkund Lake, also known as Skeleton Lake, is a high-altitude glacial lake in the Indian state of Uttarakhand. The lake is famous for the hundreds of ancient human skeletons found in and around it, dating back to the 9th century CE. A British forest guard discovered the skeletons first in 1942. Initially, it was thought that the skeletons were those of Japanese soldiers who had died during World War II. However, radiocarbon dating revealed that the skeletons were much older, dating back to around 850 CE. Further studies indicated that the individuals died due to a hailstorm, as the skeletons had fractures and injuries consistent with large hailstones. Local folklore speaks of a royal pilgrimage to the nearby Nanda Devi shrine, during which the king and his entourage were caught in a severe hailstorm, leading to their demise. The skeleton locker remains a mystery, with many unanswered questions about the identity and origin of the individuals found there. The site attracts both researchers and curious tourists, drawn by the macabre history and the stunning Himalayan setting. Number 3. Eating with hands. Most Indians eat only with their hands, a practice that may seem unusual to some cultures, but is the most sensible and available option for literally billions of people. In Indian culture, the use of hands to eat apparently began in teachings that go back thousands of years, with each finger representing one of the 5 elements. This belief plays a role in food preparation and consumption. There's a notion that joining all fingers together allows one to more fully enjoy the taste of the food being consumed. It's also a mark of respect to eating with one's hands, specifically the right hand, since this is considered clean. The left hand is not used for obvious reasons. While to some cultures, eating with hands may be unusual, it is a deeply ingrained tradition in India that reflects the country's rich cultural heritage and the practicality of using the most readily available tools for dining. Many traditional Indian dishes, such as rice-based meals and breeds like roti and naan, are designed to be eaten with the hands, allowing for a more tactile and immersive dining experience. Despite the growing influence of Western culture and the increasing use of utensils in urban areas, the tradition of eating with hands remains a cherished and integral part of Indian culture. Number 2. The Magnetic Hill. The Magnetic Hill in Ladakh, India, creates an optical illusion that defies gravity. Despite the local residents' belief that the hill is the stairway to heaven, it is more likely a phenomenon seen in several places around the world. There are some places, like this magnetic hill, that seem to go up when they actually go down and down when they actually go up, a topsy-turvy nonsense world. If you venture out in search of this weird place, it has been helpfully signposted as the phenomenon that defies gravity. A handy white box has been marked out on the road where you are to park your vehicle, pop it into neutral, and allow your car to alarmingly begin moving forward, seemingly uphill. This is the road known as Magnetic Road, but despite its appearance, it actually goes downhill. Some locals believe in the stairway to heaven theory, whereby the road was once the place that would convey the good on their way to heaven. Another idea is that the hill has an extra strong magnetic force, enough to interfere with passing aircraft, although this is unproven. The most accepted theory, despite being unproven, is that this is a so-called Cyclops Hill, creating an optical illusion that makes the driver think they're looking at going uphill when they're actually going downhill. Number 1. India's livestock. India's landscape is shaped by a profound bond between humans and animals. This connection is evident in the nation's vast livestock population, numbering over 500 million, which underpins the fabric of both rural and urban life. This remarkably diverse population encompasses cows, buffaloes, sheep, goats, pigs, camels, horses, and a vibrant array of poultry. Livestock plays a pivotal role in India's food security, with these animals offering a steady source of essential sustenance in the form of milk, meat, and eggs. The livestock sector stands as a cornerstone of India's agricultural landscape and the lifeblood of its rural economy. Beyond providing food, livestock serves as irreplaceable partners in farming. The steady strength of oxen and buffaloes powers the plowing of fields, while their manure acts as a potent organic fertilizer, nurturing the very soil that sustains crops. Despite challenges, India's livestock population has been growing steadily over the years, thanks to successful breeding programs, improved animal health care, and the government's focus on rural development and poverty alleviation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.